I'm enduring perhaps the worst ammunition recession of recent years. My weapon is as useful as a conversation with Stuhlinger. Woe is me! Come on, powers that be, how about a max ammo? Don't expect me to provide cover fire. You people can't even master basic tactical maneuvers. I am bereft, lacking in all but the most rudimentary methods of defense. Excuse me, I feel I should alert you all to my rather troubling ammunition situation. Oh, come on, now is not a good time to be out of ammo. Then again, when is? My ammo count is currently inversely proportional to the presented threat. I cannot foresee a situation whereby a lack of ammo is a positive thing. My ammo is much like negative 459.67 degrees Fahrenheit. Come on! What are you talking about, Stuhlinger? Misty made it pretty clear. Is there really a correlation between teddy bear appearances and apparent telekinesis? I should study this box more closely. With a claw hammer! I seek it here. I seek it there. I seek it almost everywhere. Of course. Why should your disappearance come at a fortuitous time? Okay, no wires, no pulleys. I must confess I'm at a loss to explain this. Well, this should be a simple matter. Attach this to this. Mere child's play. I can create functional circuit boards from even the most basic materials. If my suspicions are correct, this should go here. Oh, and it does, thus proving my suspicions correct. I think my work is complete, unless perhaps further modifications are possible. This truly is more than the sum of its parts, unlike Russman, who is clearly less. Maybe later I can improve efficiency, but this will suffice for now. Time to test this device in the field, and by that I mean point it towards the undead. Could this be a primitive method for aerial traversal? I think so. Since we spent so much time in assembly, perhaps we should take better care of this. Whoa, we should not leave this lying around until we're sure that it won't be of use to the undead. Finders, keepers. I'm a finder, therefore it follows that I am also a keeper. I will keep this to hand in case an appropriate use presents itself. This component is clearly part of something else, but what exactly? Russman may well attempt to swipe this wondrous weapon, but I will have to take that chance. Perhaps the more physically inclined members of our group should carry this cumbersome machinery. It would help my decision if I knew which piece was more important at this juncture. I think this part may be more important at this particular time. Oh, curse my limited capacity for item conveyance! Is this creature even aware how much bacteria is on that floor? His nervous system appears to be largely unaffected, despite being bisected. The 50% reduction in his limb count has not yielded a similar drop in aggression. He's biting me! He's biting me! I'd hoped your impairment would assuage you from further attacks. I believe that was an act of mercy. Like proverbial fish in a barrel. Well, I think I can safely conclude that brain death has now been achieved. Diagnosis? Total necrosis of the cerebral neurons. That's brain death to you, Russman? Stop it! I will not tell you again! Stop it! It's a common misconception that both ends of a bisected worm will live on independently. How can you move faster without legs? Oops, we left the bitey bit on. Half a zombie does not equal half the threat. He's gonna keep dragging his ass till we put him down. Oh, I appreciate that my efforts have been recognized. Well, I can only speculate as to why that sound played, and speculate I will, in due course. Did you try to kiss me? Okay, next time, can you please follow some basic hygiene rules? Many diseases are easily communicable by touch, you know. I think I could see a light, most likely a result of my brain being starved of oxygen. I live to fight another day. This day. Today. Now. Move away now, lest I catch something worse. Too close, too close. When Russman does it, it's annoying. But you... He's still got a little fight in him, Misty. Don't let him damage your legs, or any other part. You're lucky, zombie. Misty gets to kill you twice. He's like a little lapdog that hates you. Nice shooting, Misty! Oh, you got this all in hand, huh, Misty? If I was half as good a shot as Misty, I'd still be twice as good as Russman. I think he smiled, just 'cause it was you. You clearly penetrated his cerebral cortex with that shot! Leave her alone, you monsters! I don't doubt your ability to handle the situation, but do you want help? They're close enough to smell you, Misty! She smells beautiful! I know you like your independence, but would it be remiss to assist? Ooh, you want to use me as bait, Misty? I think he likes you, Misty. That monkey doesn't know how lucky he is to be yours, Misty. If in doubt, throw it at Russman. Hold him tight, Misty. Tight against just hold him tight. You have someone who would die for you, Misty. And a monkey. Personal space! Personal space! Too close! Oh, you made me throw up in my mouth. At that range, even Stuhlinger could have hit you. You crossed my imaginary line in my imaginary sand! Ugh, I can still smell you! Touch me, I touch you! Same rule as I have on the bus, except that I despise touching, so maybe don't touch me to begin with. Huh, you messed with the wrong guy, didn't you? He scratched me! Somebody grab some ointment! I know who to blame if I get infected. Payback's a bitch! Just so you know, so is Russman. Where they once stood, they now merely stain. Collectively, you are now less than the sum of your parts. You are but ashes in the wind. Not exactly a big bang, but sizable nonetheless. I just put the boo in boom! Oh, unless I'm mistaken, his cranium was severed just above the cervical vertebrae. Oh, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Fortunately, you didn't have one. The distance itself is not the impressive thing. Rather, it was my inarguable accuracy. It is maybe for the best that you knew not what hit you. Did that cure your headache? Amazing. I would have guessed you were beyond this weapon's effective range. I stand corrected. I display skills beyond your expectations. I prefer it when your odor does not permeate my bubble. Like Zeus, I hold power over your very existence. Embrace an eternity of nothingness. Woo! Right in the kisser! Kissing is really rather disgusting. Lots of bacteria. Your death is swift! Oh, you bled on me! No! Disinfect! Disinfect! Instantly killing! Well, perhaps not instant, but indistinguishably close to the naked eye. Come at me, bro! Oh, I feel like such a jock for saying that. Retreat, creature, lest I relieve you of further appendages! If you hurry, they may be able to reattach it. Embrace the sound of one hand clapping. Oh, even your arm wanted nothing to do with you. Your limb count has been reduced by 25%. Do you wish to make it 50? Did they think they could eat it? Monkey see, monkey do! I kind of miss my monkey now. The simian sacrifice has bought us some time. Oh, shit! That wasn't a real monkey, was it? No! That wasn't a real monkey, was it? I wield the means to erase you from this very plane of existence. Zap! And with that, the foul-smelling creature was vanquished. There's something thrilling about the conversion of energy. Let our superior technology hasten you to your eternal slumber. Allow me to provide you with a rather violent illustration of thermodynamics. Ah, phase transformation, a joyously abrupt change in your physical properties. This weapon is most unconventional. If time permits, I will study its functionality. With suitable modifications, this weapon could yield further changes in physical state. Gas zombies, anyone? Solid becomes liquid. The exact opposite of the situation I recently experienced with my digestive system. Perhaps further testing will reveal other exotic states of matter, prior to now existing only in theory. My will be done. I am unstoppable. Newton's first law remains unchallenged. I would mourn the loss, but for the fact that I don't want to. I'm like an army, made of only one man. If only there was a simpler way to convey this concept. Woo! I am on what is commonly referred to as a streak. So many zombies, so much time. Keep them coming. I believe that may be some kind of record. Is this a spree? Am I spreeing enough? You want me to spree everywhere? That was like 8 zombies in 5 seconds, honestly. It was. I have achieved a kill rate of 1 zombie every 0.625 seconds! He sprung from nowhere! Ah, help me, Misty! I've been jumped! No, go for someone else, please, please, please. I'm barely nutritious. Get it off me! Get it off me! I don't know where it's been! It wants me! Is that the last one? You leapt your last leap! Leapers, leprosy! I hope there's no connection. That minimized your movements, to say the least. Your days spent bouncing off the walls are at an end, foul creature. That is a clarion call, if ever I heard one. All indications are that we are about to experience something different, and potentially more deadly. It appears that another strain of mutated corpses are approaching. I wonder why the regular undead retreated this time. Do they fear what's coming? Our fortitude is about to be tested once more. I see you, foul spring-loaded beast! Their agility defies logic. Surely their muscles should have atrophied. No longer bound to the earth, these creatures traverse walls and ceilings also. We must be vigilant. Bouncing beasts abound! They traverse great distance in a single leap, like a man with superpowers. Okay, why would the box even require monetary payment? These prices are exorbitant, to say the least. I would question the validity of this pricing mechanic, but that's just me. I feel vulnerable. They're almost upon me. Too many zombies in close proximity! To say the situation is rapidly deteriorating is an understatement. What hope now? I suspect none. Oh, I fear that they will have their way with me. The odds against survival appear too great. I am increasingly pessimistic about my situation. Oh, the horde advances. Perhaps this outcome was inevitable. What they lack in intelligence, they make up for in number. I stand overlooking the abyss. It seems I should have made greater effort to diminish their numbers. The hour is darkest before the dawn. Just how long is the night? I am not yet prepared to meet my maker, as I am unconvinced of his existence. Were further improvements possible, one can't help but wonder why they were not made originally. I did not expect the second time to impress me as much as the first, but impress me it has. Better, how much better remains to be seen. This must be the limit of what this machine can achieve, surely. I thank you for your work, machine. Would it be wrong to request a glimpse of your interior? I trust the modifications go beyond the cosmetic. I will study the effectiveness of your enhancements. Should I deem them subpar, I will, of course, expect a full refund. I assume that a 3D printer is contained somewhere within? I am impressed to the point of ecstasy! Well, at least in terms of how I imagine ecstasy would feel. Would I be as impressed had I not paid the extortionate fee for this service? Is it perchance possible that my perception of time itself has been altered? Time waits for no man, but man waits for many, many things. They say patience is a virtue. But I'm bored being patient! Anyone know any other virtues? Perhaps some Sudoku could help pass the time. This is time I'll never get back. Mind you, that's pretty much the nature of time. Oh, mighty machine, bring forth your technological bounty. I'll just slide this in, wiggle it around a bit. Oh, dear, I didn't mean that. I would do anything just to glimpse the schematics for this incredible machine. I'd very much like to return this device to my lab, but for the fact that I no longer have a lab, or a home. Very existence of this machine makes me wonder what other marvels may have been lost to this meat-based Armageddon. I do not understand the correlation between the consumption of a liquid and my firearm's rate of fire. It would appear that my resistance to pain is substantially increased. Mule kick! Oh, this will allow me to assist my companions more effectively, should I choose to do so. Does it make sense that I sense a sense of acceleration to my senses? I will run like the wind! I only hope the similarities end there. I cannot be sure what just happened, but I feel as though I need to vomit. I'm in two minds about whether or not I should even drink this. Curious, I'm normally very decisive. Given the structural damage around us, I suspect that the power systems are equally impaired. This building's electrical systems must be extensive. We should only focus on delivering power to our immediate area. If we continue without power, it is unlikely that we will ever find use for the elevators. Our priority should be to reignite this building's power systems. Well, don't you all agree? No power. Simple. Even an idiot could fix it. You gonna volunteer, Russman? And in the end, it is all controlled by a simple switch. Approximately 230 volts at 10 amps. Further evidence that we are no longer in America. I have successfully concluded our efforts to reinstall power. You're welcome. I have accumulated maximum ammunition. I am burdened with the means of destruction. I have no more carrying capacity for ammunition. Ooh, that is a good thing. A fantastic implementation of carpentry skills. I welcome the respite. A much valued pause in the action. Indubitably, I now have the opportunity to accumulate great gobs of points. I cannot believe my luck. Death to you! Double points to me. An equitable accommodation. For once, the statistics are in my favor. Bulk purchasing engaged. Fire sale! Most unexpected and most welcomed. Prepare for a one-man shopping spree. Ha! I have been granted the power of death. I shall engage in a killing spree. Line them up, and I shall take them out. Atomic fission. Lick the atomic light. Fission, fusion, you're dead either way. This seems ultimately futile. Is there a reason you want him at waist height, Russman? You trying to keep them alive and angry? Russman, you suck! You only killed half of him! You gonna leave that thing crawling around? His threat level has not abated, even with his newly diminutive dimensions. Given even a finite amount of time, a single monkey could have made that shot. Think you're a big man, huh? I know the truth. I think he ran into it, Russman. The probability of you repeating such success is barely infinitesimal. You got lucky, unlike your poor mother. Oh no, you're going to die horribly. Don't worry yourself, Russman. They're really just after brains. They're gonna eat you, Russman! Try to choke them on the way down! Russman's surrounded. Maybe I should just enjoy the show. Something terrible is about to happen to Russman! Quick! Do nothing! Russman just found himself a bigger brain! You two, brothers? Start it up, then put it in your pocket. Pavlov's dog. Schrodinger's cat. Somehow Russman's monkey doesn't have the same ring. I hope it blows his stupid hands off. I suspect that this particular card is intended for another location. Is it here or somewhere else? Card accepted. It seems our manipulation grows ever more complex. The signs, the iconography, I think our location is self-evident. Good grief. A single 5-7. Well, perhaps Sam or Misty may find joy from its sudden materialization. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate this 5.7, divided by 2. However cognizant this box may be, it seems only to taunt me. Large capacity magazines are always welcomed, particularly when combined with such a high rate of fire. The fact that the barrel, gas tube, receiver, and bolt carrier all exist as a single component makes me giddy. The ammo feed mechanism on this rifle is rather unique. Would anyone like me to explain? Anyone? A fair price for such hardware. That said, can I get change? Happiness, as defined by someone other than I, is a warm gun. With such a high capacity and rate of fire, I predict a high number of zombie fatalities. Fortune smiles on me. Not literally, as fortune has no face. DSR 50. It's like the box knew my innermost desire. Originally a sniper rifle, but modified for larger rounds. Ooh, and a hydraulic recoil buffer. Bravo, say I. It's like 2 for the price of 1. Oh, I suspect the box wishes to test my ability to multitask. Fear not! Not only can I dual wield, I am also chewing gum and walking. 5-7 times 2. 5-7 times 2. Is there significance in this simple equation? Well, should we find ourselves drawn into a cyber war, this will no doubt prove its worth. EMP, a device so versatile its effectiveness frequently appears contradictory. Were it not for my, dare I admit, somewhat limited throwing skills, this would be a good weapon. I would verbalize my disappointment, but I fear the air would turn blue from such profanity. Only the addition of suction cups could render this weapon less effective. Such a feeble weapon has no place in this array of armaments. Randomness be damned! I will take matters into my own hands. Ooh, I am truly blessed, apart from my life being unending misery. This transaction is transparent. A fair price for a fair product. This is more like it, where it is greater than or equal to awesome. I confidently predict an increase in zombie killing of at least 20%. Why would Lil's sexuality be of interest to me? Oh, wait, I read that wrong. I feel strangely compelled to mention this device in relation to time. Why is that? The power of this weapon cannot be underestimated. At least not by me. People do tend to listen more when you have a big gun. This really puts the B in subtle. The Executioner. I suspect whoever named this thing was compensating for something. Hey, Samuel! I think I got your genital deficiency compensation device. I have so much more than book smarts. I also have this crappy weapon. The naming of this cap appears deficient in terms of the letter R, deficient to the tune of 1. If the cap fits, wear it. It doesn't fit, it's not a hat, but it is wearing nonetheless. The pen is mightier than the sword. This appears to be a hybrid of each. Knives do not appeal to me. However, the projectile properties of this one will allow me to maintain my distance. I myself will go ballistic should this bad fortune continue. A revolution in its time, among the lightest weapons in its class. I heartily approve. 600 RPM? Sometimes I am humbled by such fine engineering. Gas piston, push-through feed, and injection. Beautiful. Oh, Misty, I wish you could share that which I hold in my hand. No, the shotgun. Well, it is a common misconception that shotguns are more effective when the barrel is sawn off. I would explain, but time is short. Though named after a seating position relative to a vehicle's driver, this weapon sure packs a punch. Given my admittedly limp throwing abilities, I welcome this more effective means of explosive propulsion. I derive no pleasure from denying Russman of his favorite firearm. Well, maybe a lot. Perhaps the universe wishes to test my mettle by preventing me from adequately defending myself. In my humble opinion, the recoil-operated rotating bolt mechanism of this rifle has yet to be bettered. If memory serves, which it always does, the maximum effective range is approximately 2,000 yards. First manufactured towards the end of the 20th century, but a fine piece of weaponry by any measure. I would thank you, Box, but your supposed sentience has not yet been ascertained. With great power comes responsibility. Sadly, the inverse is not true. Did I receive such a gift in error? 'Tis said that music soothes the savage beast. I myself remain unconvinced. Well, the existence of this device only adds to my suspicion that logic has little bearing in this realm. Cuteness combined with destructive power is as ironic as rain on your wedding day. Not ironic at all. Though technically a personal defense weapon, this is barely distinguishable from a conventional submachine gun. A horizontally mounted feed? How interesting. I must point out that the unusually small ammunition diameter is, in fact, what facilitates the high-capacity magazine. Ooh, a python. Is it wrong to now consider myself a proficient snake charmer? Many weapon experts consider this to be the finest production revolver ever made. I count myself among them. I need to keep a firm grasp when it goes off. Don't even think it, Russman. I can relive my childhood dreams of intergalactic heroism. I am Flash Rogers! Its power belies its diminutive dimensions. One day I will analyze the functionality of this device. I suspect it may have applications beyond simple execution. The merits of quantity and quality seem somewhat moot when you have quality of quantity. In many ways, the RPD was the precursor to pretty much every other squad automatic weapon. It is fortuitous that this high-capacity magazine is not prone to jamming, unlike some weapons I could mention. This is crude, loud, and dumb. Russman? I'd wager that some among us couldn't even spell RPG. Oh, great, another potential way to hurt myself. This would make a great gift for Misty. Or me. Very much in the mold of the Russian classics. I can see why Misty appreciates its reliability. Ooh, hey, Misty. It's interesting that the Saiga 12 extractor does not actually rotate, but rather delegates the bolt locking function to a lug located directly behind the bolt face. Misty? Naming such an ineffective weapon after an animal noted for its teeth seems somewhat erroneous. I would choose this only if nothing else was available. And I hated myself. I will not win any prizes with this. Not that prizes are commonplace. When a sniper rifle can absorb 40% of recoil energy, you don't ask why. You just say thanks. Gas operated? Sounds like Stuhlinger. It is unusual to find a sniper rifle with such a capacitous magazine. Blessed are the meek! And they don't come much meeker than me. Type 25, you're my type, all right. Full auto, high capacity, and goes like a coal-burning freight train. High fire rate, low recoil. It's like a melodic sequence of notes to my ears. Few things in this world are as perfectly precision-built. Besides Misty, that is. Now, this is interesting. 5.56mm compact carbine assault rifle with a 380mm barrel. Consider me impressed, Box. That in itself is an achievement.